Hey, folks, and welcome to the late night version of the Wildlands campaign. We are back for another session. We're trying out a later time. The idea being that at least the resident goblin would be asleep. You may, however, hear that that is not the case in the background, at least as of yet. Yes. But we shall see how it goes. Hopefully she she usually falls asleep within a few minutes, so we'll see what happens. Guys, I've been excited to play because last time we got a serious lore dump, or at least a bunch of lore dumps, as you guys all entered the Chamber of the Drowned Seers. And each of you was able to view a past event. I won't get into who saw what. Hopefully, that's in your minds to some degree, or in your notes to some degree. But at the end of the session, just before we stopped, the rhythmic chanting that Bella had been hearing got suddenly louder, and a bunch of guys in a procession. Wow, there's an ant in my hair. That's fun. A bunch of guys in a procession carrying a bull god icon. An icon of the sacred bull, showed up marching into your level and addressing you guys as gravekeepers, for you are all in fact dressed in uniforms, in disguises, including masks, as gravekeepers. So they just walked up and apologized for interrupting you and said they thought that this area had been clear for them. And that is where we left off. So they emerge from over here to the north of this chamber. The chamber of Gisela La Feroz. And the music is kind of their chanting at the moment. Bunch of these guys, they have actually the severed head of a bull. And some of them are struggling under the weight of that enormous bloody hunk of meat. So they've walked in, they've called out to you, kind of halting their procession. And you may recall that you heard that members of the town guard, the Order of the Sacred Bull, had been spotted sneaking away toward the pyramid. And in fact, those people seen sneaking toward the pyramid were ones who had been wearing hoods and had attacked the players of Bella's mother, the Lady Thornsey players, during their dress rehearsals. And you guys were actually there for that. So these these guys are definitely not really supposed to be here by the public's standards. They should be they should be they should not be conducting their services here in the Ushzak pyramid by rights. But this seems to be they seem to be members who had been taken off their badges and wearing hoods. So they are clearly not of the same stripe, and none of them are Minotaurs.
That's the weirdest thing to me.
Max, was there any obvious way down to the next floor?
Under normal circumstances, I would say you've explored this dungeon, you tell me, but it has been quite a long break between sessions and other stuff. So I will answer negative, no. You have not discovered an obvious path down a floor. You have discovered one up that was sealed after the alarm was raised. You have not discovered a path down. These guys, in their procession, have just emerged from this weird glowing triangle that blocks these doorways here.
Interesting.
It kind of flickers as they pass through it.
Well,
What's our angle, guys?
yeah, Bella, you're our people person. Go get him.
I'll be your front man. Help me.
Thing?
So the guy in front has kind of paused while chanting in his chanting, and he's holding this sort of golden bowl amulet on a string of beads, and he's holding it up, and he kind of lowers it, looking confused, and he says, "My apologies, grave keepers. We had been told that this floor would be unoccupied and open to us. We apologize for if we have disturbed you at your rituals. It seems there has been some miscommunication, perhaps something to do with the death of Lady Ayala."
Indeed, it is us who should apologize for disturbing you. You are absolutely correct. This was meant to be unoccupied, but word came to us at the funeral of there being some sort of disturbance down here, and we came to look around and make sure that there were no grave robbers present. So, that being done, we will, if you like, leave you in peace or continue our rounds and ensure that you are not disturbed by anybody less friendly.
He nods. Very well.
I guess maybe I should make a persuasion roll or something?
No, you don't have to make any check. He says, "Hey, man with no screen name. Hey, Taladar. Thanks for dropping by, guys." He says, "Very well." He nods. "We shall proceed then. We are clear to pass through to level 4," and they continue as they're speaking, walking forward this way.
Indeed.
And he nods toward the bridge.
Please proceed. We don't mean to disturb you. We're simply attempting to ensure the sanctity of the day.
Of course. Bella, do you have proficiency in persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's no need to roll.
Alright, cool.
Everyone can make an intelligence check at this time.
Not me.
Is this to do with the thing I was just screaming about in chat?
I don't
Jake
know
is
what
not
you were
paying
describing
attention.
about. Sorry.
That's fine.
By the way, something is weird is happening with Vapos.
Ah, crap! I hit save. Sorry, 1 second. Let me reroll.
I'll take it.
I'll take that too. So, Max, I did an intelligence save on the first roll on accident instead of just straight
I did
intelligence.
too.
Okay.
I like my I like that I messed up. That's nice.
So y'all are watching this happen, and just as they come up here, the front guy kind of recoils and looks at the guy over here, who's kneeling and weeping on the ground, and has not stopped this entire time. And he says, he looks up at you guys and he says, "A mourner or something else?" And before you guys answer, because he's looking up around as though he remembers seeing this man in many copies, marching along. Only Akiri suddenly realizes, like a bolt of lightning out of the blue, the door up those stairs is locked, is sealed, Vapos said.
So yeah, this is what I was screaming about in chat. Sweet, cool. Crap! I wasn't prepared for this.
So only Akiri is thinking that. Everyone else... actually... Yeah. Everyone else failed to remember that.
Akiri's gonna like scoot over to Beaver and go, or sorry, Bella, and go, "The door's locked. The door's locked up there."
Oh, crap. Okay. All right. As you see, sir, there's a number of disturbances down here, and we're attempting to find the intruders, but without success.
Very well, Gravekeeper. Shall we simply proceed up the stairs?
Please do.
Very well.
Although, we think that, now that you mention it, in the flight from down here, several people, the people who alerted us, ran up in fear because they were aware of the disturbance and came to get some more senior members of the Gravekeepers. It occurs to me now that they may have locked the door behind them.
I see.
More object?
Is our procession unable to proceed?
I believe it might be. Perhaps if you knock, there will be someone on the other side to let you through.
Very well. He calls a halt and sends one of these guys up the stairs to go knock. That's gonna take some time. What do the rest of you want to do?
Is Sorry, apologies. Um, they're going up the stairs over the bridge and gonna try to go up the stairway to see whether or not it's locked and they can get through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then never mind. Ignore me. I'm going to wait.
I'm gonna move closer just in case.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Since Draco is going to, because Draco up to this point has been investigating this southern entrance because he seems mostly uninterested in what's going on here. But upon hearing that these people are possibly going to not be out of our hair, which is what he would prefer, he is going to turn around and silently follow them to go to make sure that the door, check if the door actually is unlocked, because if it is locked, he has knock and he'll just open it for them. Because he wants these people out of this room so that we can continue with our mission.
You know, I have a feeling that if we told them they couldn't go through, they would have figured their own way out of here.
Or they would have come back and been like, "Hey, gravekeepers, the door's locked," and then then we'd have to come up with an explanation for why that is. We're supposed to be the people in charge here.
Yeah, we had an explanation. There's been bad guys about, and so the upper levels are on lockdown because there's been bad guys about. We're trying to find them.
Draco just wants his guys out of our hair.
Okay. So Draco, you pass by this guy sitting on his hands and knees and just weeping onto the ground. You run up these stairs and across the bridge, and you catch up with this guy at the top of the stairs. Now, the rest of these guys are looking a little confused, as though but then they had originally expected, like, one of you would go and approve the door to be unlocked for them. So they appear visibly relieved when Draco appears to be doing that.
If you terribly sorry for the inconvenience. If you don't mind knocking to just make sure that someone isn't on the other side to let you through. If not, then I should have the means to unlock the door, unless it's been sealed magically.
Roll a D100.
One?
That door is actually a deck of many things.
Yes! We get it again!
He knocks on the door, and a voice calls out from within. Echnenak Ushzak.
What language would that be?
It's a secret language.
Oh. Okay.
You are alone up there with this guy.
Does he seem to...
He looks at you like, huh?
Okay. And I don't understand what it said. I would like Draco to commit those, as those words are spoken, to commit them to memory. And then, can I do that?
Sure.
Okay. He is going to then say, forgive me, I need to check with the others about this. Give me 1 moment. And he is going to come back down over here, cross over the bridge, cross past the weeping guy, and come back over here and repeat verbatim what he just heard to see if anybody understands what it is.
So you leave that guy up at the top of the stairs and then walk all the way back down and tell it to the group?
Because I mean, Draco doesn't understand what that means, and if there's somebody on the other side, if he just opens the door, he doesn't know what's going to be
No.
there, so he's not going to just do it. So yeah, I'm coming back now
Okay.
because I'm hoping that maybe amongst the entire group of us, somebody understands this language and knows what was just said.
I mean, out of character, I assume it's a secret code language shared by the Gravekeepers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Draco doesn't know that necessarily. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I don't want to open that door.
The procession seems very surprised to see you coming back, and the guy in the front says, "So? What is happening?"
I am trying to figure that out right now. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, and I'm going to come back down to the group, and I'm going to tell them what I heard, and say I am, as much as I really want to get them out of this room, I don't know what's behind that door. So, does anyone understand this language? What these words? What I just said?
I mean, Ushsak obviously is the pyramid.
Yeah, I assume that we don't.
It's certainly not immediately recognizable. It has certain
Cool.
similarities to a dwarven dialect.
So do I know what it is?
No.
Very well. I think it would make the most sense to make whatever excuse we need to get them to leave the way they came and continue on with our quest.
All right. I can do that. I'll go up to the procession and say, "My sincere apologies for the delay. My colleague received an unexpected message from the other side of the door. It seems that there is a disturbance on that side as well. It might be safest for you to go back the way you came. I am deeply sorry for the disturbance that this has caused to your ritual, but you must understand that we are doing our best to ensure the safety of everybody here, including yourselves."
It is quite inconvenient. However, we are all cleansed. We can pass through the dragon's barrier and through the ley line gate back to our temple if we must. This, if we have no choice, then we shall do so. He looks carefully at you. Go ahead and make a deception roll with advantage.
All right, that's 16.
You're not sure if he believes you, but he doesn't seem willing to challenge you on it. So this guy eventually comes back, and they all turn around and start marching back through the glowing, swirling triangle. Sigil.
Max, can I try to determine what sort of magic, like how this triangle works, given that it's obviously a magical effect? Can I try to examine it once they leave and try to see if I can determine where it goes? Since we're trying to find a way to get down, I just want to see if I can figure out what this is. This is a magical elevator. Will this take us to the lower floors? I
Make
guess
an Arcana check.
I'll be very happy if it's a magical elevator. It's a 12. I'm not rolling great tonight.
I'm actually going to give you advantage on it, but I wasn't going to tell you until you rolled. Because this is dragon magic.
Woo!
And you believe that you have to be ritually purified in order to pass through this sea dragon's seal. And the baby, if the baby wakes up one more time, I'm gonna go check on her.
Would I know the ritual required to purify us to use it?
Something Breff said about what he saw in the Chamber of Drowned Seers seems relevant.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah, there's a specific chamber where that happens. Okay. All right. Can I at the very least get a sense of where this portal goes?
The glowing triangles,
Yes.
they block access through that doorway into the next room.
Oh, I
Which
see.
is probably the even more special room than this one.
Got it.
On level 5 of the pyramid.
Upon realizing that, Draco will turn around, march to the bottom here, and check out this staircase down here.
Sure. You check out that staircase. Okay, I have a few things I gotta do. I gotta open up the notes for that room. I gotta reveal that room on the map. And I gotta change the music because the procession is gone. And we're gonna go. I've been waiting to use this specific sound effect. Okay. That's a whirlpool that disappears into nothing halfway down. I'll explain what that is more in a minute. The baby is having trouble going to sleep, so I'm going to go check on her as soon as I get the sound. Maybe Kate's going. Okay, Kate's going. Thank you, honey. Here we go. Okay. This is the chamber of the leyline vortex. You can see wet footprints, a trail of them, emerging from the edge of the water and walking away along this path. Like so. And this way, and this way, and up the stairs. Okay? You can see that the flowers flow in here and then are sucked down into the whirlpool. However, they then vanish. Partway down, the whirlpool, the water, fades away into nothing, and there's like an empty, like stone pit. So it's like the whirlpool drops out of existence halfway down.
Interesting.
There's an opening, a doorway to either side. Instead of the swirl pattern marble you've been walking on, there's this beautiful tile. And curiously, the method of burial also changes in this room. Where instead of either the sarcophagi or the bottles with people's sort of essence preserved in them, in this chamber, there seems to be bones, just people's like skulls or finger bones, placed on shelves all around the room.
It's a reliquary.
Excellent. I was hoping you were going to say something like that. Are there any bones that are particularly long, like maybe a leg bone or something like that?
Yes, actually, I should have mentioned leg bones because they are the most predominant.
Excellent.
There are femurs and shin bones. Each person only gets one bone.
Okay. Showing a tacit disregard for the sanctity of the dead, Draco will enter this room, look along the walls for a particularly long piece of bone, take it off the wall, and approach the whirlpool and attempt to dip the bone into the whirlpool only part way, down to the part where like half of it should be disappearing. And if it starts to suck it in, if he can pull it out, he will. If he can't, if it's gonna like pull him in, he'll let go. But like he wants to see if he can. The goal I'm trying.
Do you drop the bone in? Because you can't really.
No, I'm not dropping it.
It's not really long enough to reach.
Oh, okay.
You could drop it in though.
No, that would defeat the purpose. All right, if it's too far for me to reach in, then never mind. I don't do all this. What I was trying to do is.
I guess if you grabbed a femur, it might be, and kind of really leaned in, it might be long enough.
Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if I can dip it halfway in and then pull it out and see if like is it like destroyed or does it feel like nothing changed? It just like went somewhere else. I'm trying to figure out if this is a portal or if this is like a destroyer, like a destructive force.
The bone does not disappear.
Oh. All right then. Draco will put it back on the shelf and check out this hallway over here.
All right.
I'll go with them because I remember that's where the cool stuff was.
Lakiri's gonna follow. Sure, why not?
Ooh.
A doorway.
Illuminati confirmed.
Indeed.
All right. Draco will turn around and check out the other hallway. This is how you beat Legend of Zelda, guys. You check all the rooms you haven't been to yet.
We already found the Triforce. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any pictures in this room?
You do not.
Ooh, more stairs. Ref, there appear to be more stairs this way.
I do like a good pair of steps. Ooh, there we go. Are they going
Draco
up
will
or
call.
down?
Are the stairs going up or down?
Up.
I see.
Let's go up the
we
steps.
we should take a look at them. Oh, I'm gonna call out to the others. We have found another set of stairs over here. They're going up, which is not the direction we want to go, but I thought we should investigate regardless.
Bref, do you go up the stairs?
I do go up the stairs.
Okay.
I shall follow behind him.
There's a channel full of water on the ground, and there's a statue of kind of this dragon man, like a half dragon monstrosity, facing away from you, actually facing toward the hallway across from you. Talk to the hand.
Well, that's weird.
I mean, if I've learned one thing from adventuring for the last few months, that's alive.
You know what, Bella? I think you're onto something.
Now, most statues are actually not alive, statistically.
I mean, that's what I thought, but my experience hasn't really borne that out. At least recently.
That's true. She has a point.
Do I recognize this figure with my extensive dragon knowledge?
Not from behind.
Okay, I'm going to squeeze my breath and try to jump over this little river here and take a closer look at it. Sound effects! Ah, my only weakness.
There's a sound like that, and the bronze statue moves, but it kind of moves with this hinky, herky-jerky kind of clickety-clack movement. And there's this ringing in your ears at the same time. It's very eerie, and it turns and it points its. It starts to point its spear at you. The statue points its staff at you. Has a kind of a trident, actually, I should say. And the jewelry on the bronze statue begins to glow.
Okay, I'm gonna try a thing. Draco will kind of like take a bow and say in Draconic, greetings. My name is Draco Wormfang, and I mean you no harm or trespass. That's his accent in Draconic.
The statue responds, "Unclean, unclean, unclean, unclean," and continues. The
rude.
noises are getting louder, and
probably head
the
out of
water begins to bubble and boil as you come. Or you came around to this side of the statue. You can see there's a sort of a plate, a metal plate on the side of the plinth that the statue stands upon, and it says Ziaz, which is obviously a classic draconic monstrosity name. I'll put it in the chat.
That's the lot of the last three letters of the alphabet.
Unclean, unclean. And you see the staff start to crackle with energy, and that ringing sound that I played gets louder and louder in the room.
Okay, I think Draco's gonna try to like skirt around and leave this area. Go back with breath.
The statue says, "Cleanse thyself and return."
Breath. You said that the pool for cleansing was to the south of the area we were at.
That's the impression my vision gave me.
Do you
Go
think?
back in this room and take a closer look.
Do you think perhaps it is past the room where this statue is? Because we don't. There weren't any pictures in the whirlpool room, were there?
No, there are no pictures.
I think they were just bones.
Just bones.
What do I see in here? There's a blue pyramid triangle.
Actually, yeah, this is sort of a wall. I just revealed the whole room. But you kind of have to walk around to examine it. Okay. Ikipur, make an investigation roll. Actually, make a perception roll.
Thank you.
Okay. Just looking at the thing, it's very odd. It seems to be floating there in midair. It's a draconic sigil. Draco, if you're there also, you could make a perception roll if you wish.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to do anything?
I want to touch it.
Breath, I would not advise that.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay. So you're watching.
No. Okay.
So you try to touch it, and it's kind of this. It's almost like the water rejects you. It's like a swirling sigil of water, and it pushes your finger back with a strong force.
It won't let you through unless you're cleansed.
Well, maybe we do have to keep going then. It did seem like perhaps the dragon statue was guarding the way we're already going.
That's what I was thinking.
Draco.
Sorry, not going, are.
Right.
Draco. Ever since jumping back over this water, you felt a little funny. And Breath, as you turn to say what you just said to Draco, you notice him turning a slightly bluish color.
You're turning blue. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet.
Ha 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 ha. I would like to look at my hands and see if my hands are blue. Dabba-dee dabba-die.
They are, in fact, turning a slightly bluish color.
Do I feel sick?
You feel tingly, and your breathing is starting to get labored.
Let's head back over to the west.
So that was that. Draco, you felt this begin as soon as you jumped back over this channel of water.
Okay. I'm going to start making my way back over here and see if I can jump over again.
Okay. Once again, the statue turns, points its trident at you. Its jewelry and trident glow, and it's crackle with energy, and it chants, "Unclean, unclean."
All right, I rush past it and go into this hallway.
Okay.
I keep running.
It blasts you. Make a reflex save.
Dexterity? The dexterity save?
Yes.
17.
Okay. You will take half damage as the crackling energy field flows over you, erupting from its trident. So take half of 23. However, your blueness is accelerating, and your breathing is starting to get harder and harder. You feel like you're breathing through a straw.
Can I recognize what this effect is?
You're drowning.
Oh. Interesting.
And it's chanting, unclean, 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 unclean. Pass through and be cleansed.
Okay, I'm going to start moving down. Well, first of all, half of 23, is it rounded down or up?
Down.
Okay. So let me figure that out first.
Damage.
Okay.
It's actually sonic damage.
Okay. I'm going to keep moving down this way to get out of its line of sight. And because Breath said he thought it was further south, so I'm going to keep moving down this way.
The farther you go that way, the worse it gets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just from this, since you said I noticed it jumping over the water, can I tell that it's the direction I'm going that's making me feel that way?
You definitely feel like you're going away from wherever you need to go to be cleansed.
All right, then I'm going to turn around and start moving this way.
These are both long kind of ramps or hallways. Okay. This one actually rotates around. And it does go downward, but it's also making you feel worse.
I see. All right.
Make an intelligence save or check, actually, not save.
Just straight intelligence. Oh, 20.
Very nice.
Dirty
you
20.
Think you might be able to pass through this triangle now. This dragon sigil.
Okay. I'm going to huff and puff and try to make it past this thing without it zapping me.
Okay.
I don't know how the dodge action works, but if I can take it, I'm taking it so that I can avoid getting blasted.
You just dash past as quickly as possible. And react slower when you're moving in that direction. And Breath, as you watch, as you can see this happen, the now blue Draco, who is not breathing, runs through the triangle and vanishes through the secret door that all of you failed to perceive with your perception checks.
Hey, Draco, yo, whoa!
And, Breath, you also get the sense that this is probably the way into the chamber that you saw.
Oh, well, that's right there.
Seer's vision.
Oh, I feel silly now.
And he said that it was the... let me look at the notes again.
Silver.
The silver one? Okay.
Correct.
Draco will go in here and perform the ritual as described by Breath to cleanse himself.
So you take the silver pitcher, you lift it up, and you pour it over yourself. By the way, this is the Chamber of the Crossing. Yeah, I had more description to do over here, but we zipped past it because there was a situation. We'll get to that. You feel breath coming back to you as the curse leaves your body. You're able to breathe normally again, and your normal color returns. And as that is happening, Draco, you realize you innately understand that in order to pass through the dragon sigils to the north, you are going to have to be spiritually cleansed by all three of these pitchers. But each one of them will wipe away a certain kind of magical effect from your person.
I see. So I have to be afflicted by that magical effect first, and then be cleansed of it.
It's not necessary to be afflicted.
Okay. So I just have to pour all three of them on me, and if I happen to have the effects have any of those effects, these three will cleanse me of them.
Yeah. So the silver one removes curses.
Got it.
The kid woke up again. Maybe I'll go this time. All right, you guys figure out what you want to do. I'll be right back.
Okay. Draco will turn around and come back through the secret door and explain the situation to everybody else. That I found the room, I understand how it works. If we want to go through the dragon doors to the north, you need to be cleansed by all three of those pitchers, which, as we understand, is the only, like, what's to the north is, if I'm reading your notes correctly, is where we need to go to have Breath's curse permanently removed.
Sweet.
Now, and Draco will say that I don't know if, because I was only able to go through the sigil after I was cursed. I don't know if that's what caused me to be able to go through or not. I should be saying this in character. I don't know. I don't exactly understand what just happened. While I was under the curse, I came to the understanding, just because I felt like I was getting worse the further I got away from the triangle, that I could go through it. So once I came back here and went through the triangle, I ended up in that room. But Breath, when you tried to go through it, you weren't able to. So I don't know if you have to get cursed like I was, or what, or did I misunderstand what Max said? Because I was a little confused.
Yeah, it seemed like there was both the triangle and a secret door.
Max, I think we're a little confused. When I came back, because when I was cursed, I sensed that the triangle, like I could go through the triangle. So I came back, and when I touched the triangle,
Oh, yes, sorry. The triangle now disappears. And there's a secret door opening right here.
Okay, so I opened up the secret door.
You did.
By touching it. Do I get the sense it was because I was cursed that it responded to me? Because it didn't respond to Breath.
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. So now Breath, so Breath should be able to go in there now, right?
You have just stumbled your way through a part of a ritual of cleansing. So you had to pass over the water. You had to cross the water in the chamber of the crossing. And then you had to come over here and activate the Sea Dragon sigil, which revealed the secret door. And then you came in here and you cleansed yourself of the curse that was laid on you as part of the Chamber of Crossings effect.
Okay.
And ended up in the secret Chamber of Cleansing, where you have thus far used one of the pitchers, the silver pitcher. There's also a pitcher carved of amethyst and a pitcher carved of jade. And they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
And to confirm, we get the impression we need to be cleansed by all 3 pitchers before we can proceed through the doors to the north.
Yes, Draco now innately understands this by the magic of passing through the Chamber of Crossing.
Now, what I don't understand, Breath, is that you made a point in your vision to say that the creature in in your vision that was cleansed only used the silver pitcher. That's what I did. And yet so I'm not sure those portals lead to the room we need to go into for you to be cleansed of your curse. Because he only cleansed himself with the silver pitcher, not all 3, right? That's what you saw?
That is what I saw, but the vision started. I don't know exactly when the vision started. Perhaps that was the 3rd and final pitcher they used. Or perhaps the dragon I need to speak with is somewhere else. We don't know yet.
I mean, Max, would I be able to tell that there's no innate harm in cleansing ourselves with all 3 of these pitchers?
You want to examine the pitchers and try to determine their magical natures?
That, I think, would be smart. Before we just go bathing and all this stuff, let's... Because, if there's no downside, then there's no reason not to. Then we can use the doors. But I would rather be safe.
So, go over there, and is anyone with him?
I'll be in there with him.
Sure, Kiri's going to. Why not?
Stay out with me, friend. Keep guard.
Okay.
Draco, we'll go ahead and start with the silver pitcher, since that's the one that I used on myself already.
Okay, so you start with the silver pitcher. Okay, yes. So go ahead and make just one Arcana check, I think, with advantage, because you guys are all talking it over. Akiri or Bref, are you proficient in Arcana? Okay. So you just give him advantage, that's it.
I've got religion, though.
Okay, you can roll a religion check. This is definitely religious related. Okay.
I got none.
Yeah, you're not going to know more than Draco, probably. Except that this is obviously a religious kind of ritual for some folks. A cult of it's actually, you reckon, you know what? Yeah, you don't know too much. You got a 6. Okay, Draco. 22. The pitcher of silver will remove curses. The pitcher of amethyst will remove enchantments or magical persistent magical effects upon you. And the pitcher of jade will purify any items you are carrying, and perhaps even suppress their magical effects for a time.
Interesting. So do I get the sense that if I poured the jade one on me, that my staff would lose its special properties for a bit?
It's certainly possible. But
Okay.
since this is dragon magic, it works in weird ways, so there may be a special exemption for your dragon magic-y staff.
Okay.
But other people might have troubles.
Draco will explain this in detail to everyone who's in the room and say to Breath, at the very least, Breath, I think it would do you good to try using the silver one to see if it has any effect on your lycanthropy.
Well, I can't really feel my lycanthropy until it's a full moon. So I may just. Part of me wants to take off my magical items and spare them the effect, but I have a feeling that this purification ritual can't be tricked that way. I think I just need to go through the whole thing. Might be
No,
worth it.
that's fair enough. Akiri, do you mind holding on to my staff? I would prefer it to keep its magical properties.
Sure.
Please, let's keep the stream safe for work.
Oh, gosh dang it. I cast Fireball and kill all three of us.
You do?
Just
No, I
end us.
don't. I don't.
Max is like, all right.
Draco will go ahead and after giving his staff to Akiri, Draco will go ahead and douse himself in the other two, the jade and the amethyst.
Do you have mage armor up?
I do
It is
actually.
removed when you pour the amethyst pitcher over yourself.
I suppose I should have thought of that.
As are any other
Makes sense.
persistent magical effects on you.
It's alright, I can cast it again later.
When you pour the jade pitcher over yourself, your clothing, your other items, it kind of steams off of them. Do you have any other magical items other than your staff?
I don't think so, and I gave my staff to Akiri so that it wouldn't lose its abilities. But no, I don't have any other magical items.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think my spell book counts, right? Because that's just where I record spells. It's not actually magical itself.
That's true.
Okay. Then no. I don't have any other magical items.
Okay. You... Okay, when the jade water cleanses over you, your attunement to your staff is broken.
Ah, lame.
And after being cleansed by all three pitchers, you feel this draconic influence washing over you. This draconic magic that you have been marked or claimed. You're within a dragon's domain, but it's strangely faint. It's you are not. It's strangely faint. You are not fully under this dragon's sway. It's just marked you.
Yeah, basically, like I feel that I am part of it, but I'm not. There's no effect on me.
It's like an echo of power.
Okay. Mechanically, can I still use the staff as a magical focus? Just not as I just can't use its cool magic, like making
Until
rocks
you
talk.
spend an hour reattuning to it. Yes.
Okay. Right. Well, I'll take my staff back from Akiri, and I'll explain to everyone again what happened. and I can tell I can't use my staff's special properties until I attune to it again. But I do feel this draconic presence, although it seems rather weak. Breath, if you want to do it too, just be aware that any attunement to any magical items you have will be broken until you reattune to them.
It'll be worth it, though.
Mm-hmm. I think I should. I think you two have this under wraps. I'm going to go speak to Bella and Mavra and fill them in on what's going on.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if we all want to go through those portals in the north, then we're all going to have to do this. So yeah, we don't have to roleplay it. I'll just say I tell Bella and Mavra everything that just happened.
I'm going to go through the ritual for sure.
Okay.
I can hold your stuff if you want.
So
I
breath.
don't think it'll help.
Breath. Wait, who's doing it first? Akiri or Breath?
I think Breath is.
Okay, Breath. First of all, when the water pours over you, a number of things happen. Your new orange body hair that I described way back when falls out. But as you pour the amethyst water and the jade pitcher over yourself, and your attunement to your items is broken, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a burning sensation erupts from a particular spot on your body. And actual flames shoot out as two forces of draconic power fight against each other, inimical to one another. And actually steam fills the room as the flame just rockets like a friggin' flamethrower out of Breath. Where on your body is the brand that was placed upon you by the Red Dragon in exchange for letting you go free?
I think my dolphin tattoos were down my left arm, and so it was on my right arm.
Chowderth's symbol, Chowderth the Clever's brand, erupts with fire, burning a hole through your shirt and armor, and filling the room with the terrible acrid smoke of dragon's breath.
Akiri's gonna, coughing, just go back out the room, just like, crud.
How many otherworldly beings do you have possessing your body, Breath?
So many.
Now, Chowder's very much this worldly.
Breath, you immediately take 60 points of damage.
How many?
6 tens. 60.
Okay, I need to calculate something. Unless you know offhand. How much HP did the Belt of the Hill Giant give me?
I believe 10 until you dip it in the blood of a slain hill giant.
Oh, just 10. Okay, that's not so bad. So my max HP for now drops to 118. And I am now there. Okay, cool.
So, that was fun. I'm glad that Kiri didn't do it. Hot dang. Just straight up one-shotter. Hasn't taken damage this entire time, but like, the second she tries to get another dragon, she just dies.
Breath, after that blast, it kind of burned away the water on that spot. But you also feel cleansed on the rest of your body. Just not there.
The talking dragon robot will only get mad at my right shoulder. Cool. All right. That hurt.
I'm actually not in the room. Did you come out and show us?
No, Kiri came out coughing, just like, oh gosh,
Oh,
I'm
right.
glad that didn't.
What happened?
Dragon territory disputes, I guess?
Yeah, remember how we said we met another dragon?
Multiple times.
Yeah, she kind of marked that.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
So none of you can do this ritual then?
I guess not.
I mean, I did it.
None of us who are not as healthy and big as you are can do this then.
Oh, so did it, are you still marked by childbirth, or did it get rid of her for you?
No, it looks like it's persistent still.
Dang it.
But I feel otherwise cleansed, so maybe enough.
We can try it.
I mean, we could try going through the portals to the north, but only Bref and I can go through.
That's probably for the best, honestly.
That might be what we need to do.
I mean, if I remember correctly, I just need to go through there and accept the dragon's price.
Great, more deals with powerful beings. All right, I'll go with you, Bref, if you want to go check it out.
Before you leave, though, Kiri's gonna pat Bref on the shoulder and say, "Here, I'm sorry about that." Ew,
Oh,
that was
thank
a
you.
bad roll for a Kiri. Take 23.
It's much better than no. I appreciate this. This is good.
Bref?
50%. No, yeah, over 50%.
Shall we go investigate?
Let's do it.
Okay, I will follow Bref into the portals to the north to see if we can find the dragon chamber to get him fully de-tigerized.
Thanks for playing, Danielle.
No problem. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Until next
Danielle.
time.
We'll try to keep your husband alive.
No promises.
So, are any of these doors clearly marked as the chamber of the dead dragon princess?
Over these two triangle sigils to the north, it says Chamber of the Dead Dragon Princess.
Perfect! There you go!
That's very convenient. I appreciate that. All right, let's go.
Leroy Jenkins. Draco will turn to the others and say, in the meantime, I highly recommend that the rest of you investigate the room and try to find a way back down to the sixth floor, because we still have a father to rescue. We still have an Enderal to rescue.
Right.
Honestly, Akiri's been eyeing the whirlpool.
Like, you want to touch it?
You know how Akiri is
Hey,
with not water.
Hey, no stealing my thing. I touch dangerous magic stuff.
Hey, not like touching not water is kind of Akiri's thing at this point. Let her be.
Touching, not water.
Water that looks like water, but actually.
What have I
isn't.
missed?
The first dungeon we went to, actually. Akiri was like, "Ooh, big pool of water," and everyone was just like, "Is it though?" And it wasn't.
All right, Brett, after you.
All right, here we go.
That is the official triangle transportation sound.
Noted. When you guys pass through the triangle sigil, you can choose, now that you understand the magic better, whether to cause it to evaporate like before or allow it to remain.
Oh, so we can make it disappear so the others could come through too.
You could.
Oh, then yes, so that the others can come through too.
Do we want to come through though?
I mean, if we scream, good golly gee, they're murdering us in here, it'd be nice if you guys could run in and help us.
But there's okay.
This is quite an impressive room that I'm trying to reveal to you.
It's so dark in here.
Stop being cooperative. There.
Wow, that is really cool.
No, wait, I'm not done. Okay. You have come to the chamber of the dead dragon princess. This chamber is dominated by the body of a dragon with scales the colors of the sea that lies upon a large dais to the north. The dragon's body is surrounded by a swirling, tumbling, bluish flame that is quite weird to look at. But clearly protects the dragon's body from would-be looters. Somehow, the dead dragon's magic still pervades this area, even past her death. And you can see that it is the source of the water. There's this tremendous tumbling waterfall bursting forth from under the marble here, as the power of the dragon is generating this water rushing into these three channels. Okay? There are these two platforms with this different kind of cool marble on them. And you guys have entered through the right-hand door. There are some sarcophagi lining the way here. And there are not one but two more triangular sigils that appear before your eye, that you can see in this room. There's one over on the left. Across these bridges, you can see there's this shimmering power that lights up this part of the room from the flowing bluish fire. And there also seems to be some kind of weird frickin' creature attendant upon the dragon's corpse. Surrounded by bubbles and freaky purple sea slug things. A skeleton is standing there with glowing green eyes.
Max.
Yes.
Just point of order, Draco. This isn't a Jake, because Draco knows dragons, this isn't like a blue dragon, right? This is like a sea dragon or something like
Correct.
that. Like,
Blue
okay.
dragons live in the desert.
Okay. Yeah, and they're all
quite
lightningy and stuff.
Mm-hmm. This is a sea dragon. The lore of a similar sea dragon you have previously spoken about with Bella.
Okay.
As you guys enter this room, Breath, your brand, which is already hurting, aches anew. It is a magic that is as though it is being pressed against by the magic of the dead dragon in this room.
Breath, do you think perhaps I should go and approach the dragon on your behalf? It seems your patron is not particularly pleased with you being here.
It's my curse. I think it's something I need to take care of.
I can ask them for you.
I mean, I know you love dragons. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't approach the dragon. I don't think I could stop you.
I just mean I don't want your arm to explode.
I've had worse.
I just mean I could probably just go over there and just ask, like, hey, my buddy over there is a were-tiger. Could you make him not?
I'm gonna take just like one step forward. Do I notice the sensation intensifying?
Not yet.
Let's keep moving forward. I'll tell you if it gets too bad.
Okay. Ta-da. Ta-da.
As you step over the bridge, something pulls you forward, both of you, and you stand before this swirling, crackling flame of blue that surrounds the body of the dead dragon. And this thing shuffles forward and says, "Who now dares disturb the rest of Kalnegosa, the sea dragon? And who dares approach bearing the mark of another?" Breath. Your breath is stolen from you, and you feel as though you are trying to inhale water.
Can I use my seal of the dolphin and just send its oceanically charged magic at... Gosh, I don't know if I should do it. I'll send it at the dragon herself, kind of as an offering. Or if I can't target a dead creature, then I would send it at this guy.
It's pretty tough to consider him an ally.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it does say ally. Never mind.
The gesture seems to be appreciated, though. You sense that you can at least think in response. Or choke something out, perhaps.
Then I will think, I am Breath. I grew up on the sea. I have been cursed and was told that her mighty power could save me. I am willing to take any price.
A voice speaks in your mind in response. A very different voice from the skeletons. You seek absolution, and those who seek are often granted. And the drowning effect is lifted from you. You can breathe again.
Did I hear all of that too, or just breath?
You were able to hear the response, and then you notice Bref's sort of reactions.
Okay.
Thank you, my lady.
What do you offer, Kalegosa?
If I may speak frankly, I am unlearned in such things, and I do not know what would be an appropriate offering. Is there
There
any
is
guidance you can give
no
me?
stink of death upon your gravekeeper's temple, for the cleansing waters of Kalegosa doth remove it. And in fact, I have never described that it smelled like dead people in here. Which you now realize.
Would I know of anything that would be an appropriate offering to give, given my dragon knowledge?
Well, this is a particularly weird situation. This dragon is dead. And does not
It's
seem
true.
to have, doesn't sleep upon a horde, at least not an obviously shown one. And sea dragons are incredibly rare to begin with. So it's a bit puzzling, but often if you ask, you can get an answer.
Well, Bref did ask.
He did. To remove this curse, you must accept a task of the great dragon Kalingosa.
Gladly, it would be an honor.
This time, the voice comes within both your heads. Seek out the resting place of my sister and pay your respects to show that you understand the truth and purity of the sea dragons, and not the rage and grasping cupidity of the red dragons.
I understand it.
Accept
Forgive me for my impudence, but is your sister here? Is she far away? Is there any guidance you can offer us?
Accept then the guess. The guess.
Oh boy, here we go.
The sister of the great Kalnegosa was the great Erathsera. They were hatchmates. Long, long ago. This is the price. The dragon's price.
And I will pay it, or I will die trying.
Yes, you will. Well, if you do not wish to oppose it with your will, some of the flame reaches out and marks a sigil across your forehead. In that same triangle, swirly, glowy shape. And you feel a need to pursue this quest, travel to the last resting place of Erathsera, and you innately understand that for a year and a day, you will have to do this, or the Gish will harm you, will damage you.
Like the other one, do I have a similar pole in a certain direction?
Yes.
Excellent. I think we can probably put that off until we get... I mean, I'm guessing it's not like, oh, it's somewhere here in the pyramid.
A powerful magic flows over you, Breath. And you feel your blood bubbling and boiling. And it sucks that Mavra had to leave. But you feel that as though there was blood of hers still under your fingernails from when you hurt her. That finally washes away as the blue flame consumes it. And you are no longer cursed with lycanthropy.
Yay!
Finally.
Oh, thank you, my lady. It will be my honor to perform this task.
You have been blessed by the great Kalnegosa.
Draco, do you want to do your dragon thing?
The dead princess. For a dragon never truly dies.
I think I've seen all I need to. We should probably get back to the others.
My lady, do we have your leave to depart?
Go in purity and peace, says the voice inside both your minds. A dragon's voice.
I will bow deeply and head out.
As will I.
Okay. Draco, this an opening over here in the wall catches your eye. You suspect that her hoard might be through there.
I'll take a peek.
They don't seem to like that. As the you can only see like a sort of a hallway past it. The skeleton looks over and says, "What desecration do you intend?"
I say in Draconic. Pure curiosity. I wanted to know what the great... I'm going to pretend like he said her name, like I know how to say her name. Insert sea dragon's name here. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. The I was curious what the great Kalingosa would find valuable, but if such curiosity is frowned upon, I will simply leave.
Gaze then.
Oh,
So you
okay.
you peer through the hallway, and you see a vast array of pearls and marble statues and piles upon piles of coins, and glimmering silver things before a certain magic pulls you back through the doorway, unless you resist it.
I'm sorry, you said that it's pulling me back out, like out of the room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave.
Okay.
Since we now know that the doors can be basically removed after passing through, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mage Armor on myself again.
As you are leaving, the skeleton says, "You have now been fully cleansed, and should you seek it, you may enter the ley line gate with Kalnegosa's permission."
Oh. Well, all right then. I'll make sure that everyone knows. I'm not saying this in character. I'm saying I will go down and tell everybody what they said.
So, piecing the information available together, you now come to understand that the ley line gate can be accessed only either during a holiday, in which case everyone can access it, or with Kolnegosa's express permission, helping you along. Otherwise, you just can't enter it, much like the bone that Draco poked through.
I see. So Bref and I could jump into this whirlpool, but the others would not be able to.
Not until they have Kolnegosa's permission.
Got it.
Guys, you may have to go talk to the dragon.
Well, that depends. We don't actually know if this gateway leads to the next floor. That's our goal, after all, is to find Mr. Enderal. If we have the others, have any of you had any luck finding any other ways down?
I mean,
Not really.
not really. Not
I
that
mean-
we've been looking, but that's fine.
Well, we weren't gonna just be wandering around by ourselves trying to find mysterious stuff while our friends were. Anyway, no, we don't know of any better way. I mean, our understanding from all the research that we did beforehand is that the ley lines are probably the best way to get in there. And that includes everything we knew before we came in here, the visions that we saw in the crystal ball, and everything that we've learned just from wandering around and talking to the various entities that inhabit this place. So it seems to me like this is the way, according to, again, everything we know.
Well, that poses a problem, as in order to all three of you be cleansed, you are all been branded by this drag. Oh, actually, well, not all of us, but the ones who have been branded by this other dragon will surely be not be able to withstand the amount of damage that Bref did. I'm not sure the rest of you can come unless you're willing to risk approaching the dragon without being cleansed, and I don't know if that's a good idea. So I don't know how the rest of us can all proceed.
I mean,
Perhaps we can look for more mundane ways of going forward. And
I think I could take a lot of damage if I healed myself beforehand. I'm certainly willing to try.
perhaps the next logical step, look at me talking about logic, would be to rest up. We took quite the beating in that last fight with the angry dwarf zombie.
I suppose a short rest wouldn't be the worst idea.
I concur. Although, again, there's only so much that some of us can take. I know that if I can't speak for the two of you, for you and Akiri, but if I were to take the amount of punishment that Bref did when his brand activated, I would be on the floor.
Same.
Even at my healthiest. Either way, though, I do agree that we should take a rest. I think that's a good idea.
One thing that occurs to me, we do have two members of our party who are able to heal to some extent at least. So as long as there's not like a complete disintegration going on, I think we can survive. It may not be ideal, but I think we
Agreed.
can survive.
I suppose that's fair. And it's only Bella and Akiri, right? Taifa, and Vapos, and
And Mavra.
And maybe.
oh, and Mavra, right? But Taifa, Vapos, and Thrasher have not been branded, correct?
Not that we know of.
All right. Well, I suppose perhaps it would be best to do it now and then rest. That way, your spells won't be wasted.
Hey Taifa, are you able to do that weird healing alligator thing? Taifa? Taifa?
Yes, Taifa can do that once on all of you.
Well, I think that's a good plan because I also feel like maybe the dragon's lair would be one of the safer places in here if we convinced her to like us.
I leave that up to you. you have a much
I know
more
that
persuasive.
she's something to be feared, but she's feared by other people as well as us, is what I'm saying. Well, I'm not saying that I'm not afraid of her. I'm just saying if we convinced her to like us, then maybe being near her would protect us from other people.
Yeah, like us enough to not kill us for 8 hours.
That
Exactly.
would be for 1 hour. Isn't that a short rest?
Oh, we would need a long rest at that point.
Okay. I mean, sure. But again, in order to do that, you're going to have to go and drink the Kool-Aid, as they said in the old texts that I am very familiar with. I am a loser. Do not question my knowledge.
I will pull up a 2-hour video explaining the flat Earth and go from there.
Just remember, one healer at a time, please.
All right, you all get 3 points of healing from Taifa.
Everybody?
I was thinking in case someone was knocked unconscious.
Yeah, we don't want to do it right now. We want to wait
okay.
till the 3 who are left, who are gonna get incinerated, have gone down, so that we can heal them.
Okay. So what's going on?
All right, so I guess Akiri and I have to go through the triangle.
No, you need to go through the secret door over here. There's the triangle's gone,
Oh,
and dip yourselves in all three of these pictures.
I thought the triangle was the secret door. I was confused. All
Oh,
right,
it used to be, but we removed it, so you can just
I
go
see.
through now.
All right.
I
Well,
guess so. I'm a little scared, not gonna lie.
all right. Well, I'm gonna go through the secret door.
You
Kiri
enter the secret
follows.
chamber of cleansing, where there are 3 pitchers. One enormous pitcher of silver, one carved of amethyst, and one carved of jade.
Remember to remove any magical items you do not wish to lose their magical effects, though be aware you will lose attunement to them.
All right, I guess I'll remove my magic items and give them to Draco for the moment.
Okay.
Kiri's gonna take off her. Would her holy symbol be affected by this?
Is it a magic holy symbol?
I don't think so.
If it's following the same rules as my magical focus, then no.
Okay, cool.
Um,
And then she takes the staff of heals and gives that to what's his face as well.
you did every time you get cleansed, you're losing water breathing. From Typha, by the way.
That's fine.
That would come in handy when I was drowning.
Yeah, would have.
He would have not. You wouldn't have noticed anything. You would just be like, Is something supposed to be happening?"
Am I supposed to be intimidated right now?
Okay. So you go in there and you see there's this carven relief all over the walls, figures and writing, and it makes it clear this whole floor was created at the behest of the dragon, which was one of the donors or the great beings that created the pyramid, and in ancient times saw the rise of those strange powers. Although the old basement levels down below this are full of stranger monsters even older than that. This is all written out in hieroglyphics, mostly draconic. Bella, as you pour the silver pitcher of water over yourself, you lose all curses that may be on you. As you pour the pitcher of amethyst over yourself, you lose any active magical effects, including water breathing, bless, etc. And as you pour the jade pitcher over yourself, you lose attunement to your items. The golden armor of Ibu Gruger included.
Well, I gave all of my items to Draco anyway, so.
Right. So the items themselves aren't affected, but you lose attunement to them.
Yeah.
So you'll have to reattune if you want to use them later. And your sigil burns. Not your sigil, your brand, which I think is on your leg. Is that right?
Yes.
It burns with dragon fire and scorches you. Like a rocket shooting out of your pant leg. It burns a hole. Chowderth the Clever's symbol. Her magic battling with the magic of the dead dragon. And you take 20 points of damage.
that's not too bad.
Pref just got lucky.
I feel fine.
You okay?
Just a little bit on fire. Nothing I can't fix. Your turn.
The room fills with smoke
Okay.
and steam again. Smells like dragon's breath.
Also, would you mind taking care of it? I'm getting a little tapped, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no problem.
Akira's gonna take a deep breath and just go through them.
Okay. So you lose curses, you lose active magical effects, and attunement to your items. And then the brand. Oh!
Oh, fuck.
Akiri falls to the ground.
Shit.
On fire. Flame filling the room.
This is not how I wanted to lose my bird, thanks.
Chowderth's brand upon you, winning out. Pain filling your mind until you lose consciousness. So you take
So here's
60
the thing, Max.
points of
I have
damage.
51 hit points.
I know. So you fall unconscious. I think Bref can heal you and Typha can heal you.
I can.
Bella.
Oh, and Bella can heal you as well. So Typha will toss in
Have 14 healing.
nice. Typha will toss in 12 points of healing.
And 6.
So Akira, you are revived. But the burning sensation remains even as you are cleansed.
Ow. That wasn't fun.
It's really not.
No. Getting set on fire has never been one of my favorite experiences.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't know. I'm very good at not setting myself on fire.
Mavra takes 20 points of damage.
I think that's actually how I spend most of my time, not setting myself on fire.
I'll do that.
Not all, but most.
Same.
When you cast Fireball more than anything else, not setting yourself on fire is pretty impressive.
Yeah, but like we don't cast Fireball and we don't set ourselves on fire,
So
so
it's less impressive.
we still don't do it though.
Okay. You guys are going to be able to speak to the dragon's attendant, the dead dragon's dead attendant. And you can get her permission to enter the ley line gate. Is there anything else you would like to ask of her? Or discuss?
Well, when I find out, do I find out whose sister she is?
I think I would have explained my current calling. Just without
All right.
going over it all again.
Well, I'm going to tell her. I'll say, Great Dragon, I think that it's only fair that I tell you this, and what you wish to do with this information is, of course, entirely your decision. But in the interest of full disclosure, I'm currently carrying Vidani Chendrith on my back.
If you've been acquainted.
In the form of this axe.
The philandering son of a bitch.
Right. Well, I just didn't want you to find out some other way and think that I was trying to deceive you.
I may be dead and gone on, but I despise that bard and everything he stands for. He should never have approached my sister.
Fair enough. Well, if it makes you feel any better, he's trapped inside of an axe, and has been for hundreds of years.
A paltry punishment, considering his crimes.
Well, regardless, thank you so much for opening up the ley line gates. It's a debt I'll never be able to pay back.
Remember the glory of the dead dragon princess.
I can say without reservation that you are my favorite dragon of all the dragons that I've met.
Her brand explodes. She dies.
I'd like to say that Akiri actually thinks she's pretty cool. Like, she's a dead dragon and all, but like, gosh, she's cool.
Are we going to ask her if she's going to let us crash in her room?
Yeah, maybe you, how would you do it if you were gonna, like, do it, Mr. Dragon Buddy?
Okay. Draco is a little out of his element because as much as he likes dragons, he is not the smoothest talker, but he will approach and say in Draconic, shoot, what was her name again? Let me look. Okay. Greetings, great Kalengrosa. Your majesty is... Well, I never thought I would see a sea dragon in my life, and I am quite overwhelmed. But I come to you asking humbly and straightforwardly that me and my companions and I are weak from battle and we require rest. And if you would, we feel safest in your presence in this strange and dark place. If you would be so kind as to allow us to rest here for the night, or I guess it is nighttime. Rest here for the night so that we can recover our strength and then be on our way and continue our quests, both for you and for ourselves.
So you guys are planning to sleep, or you're hoping to be able to sleep in the same room as the dead dragon, surrounded by the blue fire.
Yes, we're trying to plan a sleepover with the dead dragon.
It's the least
princess.
terrifying place in this entire building.
That's something I didn't even consider, I have to be honest. The attendant is somewhat impressed by Draco's reverential manner.
It's very sincere. He's super duper enamored with this dragon.
Okay.
That's what she says in character.
No, that wasn't in character. She's like, I got you, homie.
You stay as long as you want, baby.
You may enter the hallway of the Horde.
Draco's eyes go wide because, like, he recognizes how much of like a big deal that is to even be allowed near it. So he's very reverential. Like he's just kind of like looking in shock that they even let them get close to the Horde.
And appreciate the unfaded grandeur of Kalnegosa the Pure. So go ahead and move yourselves up here. There was actually a secret door into this area from the room with the stairs.
There's a toidle.
He's the greatest.
Your other character. He's back.
Yar, is that you? What are you doing here?
It's actually a it's actually a sea turtle with jewels encrusted in its shell. It's obviously a massive creature as well, and it has these emeralds that appear to be stuck on or growing out of its shell. It's just covered in emeralds.
Wait, is it dead or alive?
It is not alive.
Okay, because I was just imagining this like sea turtle just like looking at us like, the hell? What are you guys doing here?
So down at the southern end of the hallway is a secret door. This kind of shifts height, like it's sloped. There's a secret door actually over here at the end of the hallway that if you peek through leads into this room. That nobody ever spotted. And if you peek through this door, you see a large offering urn. Over there, I accidentally revealed this square. Oops. And then there's this horde room over here, or a series of rooms with piles upon piles of treasure. And yeah, you are able to rest. I was going to make you roll every hour that you rested for wandering monsters in the dungeon. But I'm not sure that is necessary at this point.
Best sleepover ever.
That was kind of the plan.
It pays to ask politely.
Assuming you guys don't go exploring any further.
No, I think we're gonna sleep the 8 hours. I think we kind of all I would think we wouldn't even set up a watch because I feel like we would feel pretty safe under the eyes of the Dragon Princess.
Up to you. Okay. Well, guys. I guess the one other thing I'm going to tell you is that this chamber over here is called the Chamber of Two Offerings. That's what this chamber's called. And And as you sleep, the ghost of the dead turtle talks to you in your dreams and whispers of the emerald depths. But we will possibly cover that next time, as we are going to have to end tonight's session. So thank you very, 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 very much to everybody who stayed up late to play or to watch. Thank you very, very much to the Mathos Screen Name. Very encouraging to have you in chat, my friend, as always. Thank you to Jeremy, player of Breath. Thank you to M, player of Akiri. Thank you to Kate or Kirsten, player of Bella. We managed to get you fully in game finally, and which is awesome. And thank you to Nico, player of Draco. Thank you to Danielle, who was here earlier, player of Mavra. Thank you to Corey, player of Vapos, who tried to make it in, but internet is down in his area. Thank all of you guys for giving up sleep or whatever you were going to do tonight, and making it for this game session. I know it's late and you're part of the time zones, and but it was really great to be able to have Kate in to play without having to deal with the yelling, squirming dinner time goblin. So it was really really appreciated. Thank you guys. We will have to see what we can do going forward. All right. By the way, I think it's probably okay for me to say that Matt and Lindsay are thinking about potentially doing new characters. So I'm talking with them about that. And I don't know if this time might not work for them, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out one way or another. But thank you all for playing. That was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun too. And I think next time you will be passing through the Leyline Gate and down to level 6 of the Ushzak Pyramid to rescue Bella's father. And her locate person spell can finally trigger. Alright, guys. Looking forward to more. Have a good rest of the night. And until next time. Thanks,
Good night,
everybody, for
everybody.
watching.
Bye, guys.
Good night. Good night.